Now you see, the first thing is I do not mention the keywords here as a header. Please do not do that. Okay, instead just mention it before the main title in the file. Now I'm trying to see that what I've noticed is that your format is also completely different. I do not use Times New Roman and these kind of, and especially not size number 12. I leave it at the default setting in Microsoft Word, and by default I mean this is how it should be, but I can still see that these options are not normal. Something is still off with your file, and I think that is because you must have done some research online and pasted the information directly into this file maybe, and started rewording it in the file, but that has messed up the entire format. Usually what I recommend is, first, even if you're browsing online and you get any information, paste it in a notepad and then paste it in a new file, okay, so that everything is blank like this, so that all these options, now you see the H2 option is showing, and the H2 tag is very important for SEO purposes. Now the main title, I usually use this, okay. So if you are working for me, make sure the title is in this format first of all, okay. Now the other thing is that this is a very long paragraph. In web content we cannot write such long paragraphs. It's kind of really bad writing if we I won't be able to forward this file to the client as it is actually. I'm trying to fix the format. See, I need to use H2 and H3 tags. These are H2 and H3 subheadings, okay. So when you're writing for me, please just keep check on this format you use. And again, I can see that this is a very long paragraph still, and I have some settings that I usually use that are telling me that you have very long sentences. This is what I usually do. I put it on grammar and style, okay, and I make sure that this is like this. Make sure that this is unticked here. Every other thing should be ticked, okay. Then I recheck the document, and do not tick these two, okay, please, because it's very bad practice to tick these two. That means you're telling Word to hide all your mistakes, and if I end up sending a wrong file without editing things that are hidden, it will penalize me and ruin things for me and my clients. So never do that, please. Now this paragraph is too long, number one, okay, and this sentence is underlined because this is way too long. 83 words in just one sentence. This is very long and very awkward. In SEO we have rules that we cannot make a sentence more than 20 words long. This one is also underlined because this is also another very long sentence. And if you pay attention to what you have written, you will realize that some of the sentences are not even making sense. For example, there was something I read here. Glue on ERP will need an ER, something like this. Therefore, the best ERP system in Pakistan is required by Glue on ERP. You see, the thing is, Glue on ERP is the company that we are writing for, and they are producers of an ERP system. So this sentence does not make sense at all. The best ERP in Pakistan is required by Glue on ERP. They make the ERP system. How can they require it? Then the other thing is passives. You are making too many sentences in passives. When I say passive, it means sentences like can be provided by. It means sentences like are all managed and kept. You're talking in past tense. Can be achieved. These are kind of grammatical issues that an American would discredit, okay, and the American audience will never understand what you're talking about. Then capitalization is also important. See, this is wrong, this is right. So when you're writing, make sure you use the right capitalizations, okay, and make sure there's uniformity in your subheadings. Now you see, Glue on ERP is the name of a product. I usually recommend capitalizing everything in your subheadings as well, except the conjunctions and words like this, like adverbs, okay. And this is okay in small. Every other thing is okay. And then there's no proper conclusion. I can't see a conclusion. Every file must have a proper conclusion. In case you're wondering how to fix passives, let me just give you a couple of examples. Like, I wouldn't use this Instead, I would rephrase my sentence a bit. I would instead say it can manage communication records and keep them well. That's how I would write it. This is can be achieved. You can say this is achievable by getting, and here there should be a comma. Okay, achievable incentive comma. Always write a comma before which, can be provided, which glue on ERP provides. This is how I would change this. Then after you have done all these changes, make sure you install Grammarly. Grammarly also helps us fix issues with our writings. Okay, so while I'm editing, I make these, I check all these things, and then I use Grammarly. Then I will also look up if your keyword is appearing in all the settings. Now by the time I start editing, I'll break this. No paragraph should be longer than 4 lines, please. So this is good. This is still a bit too long, but I can, while I'm just cutting this down randomly like this, because I'm trying to give you an idea of how long a paragraph should be in web content. This is okay, this is acceptable, this is okay. I will break this down into something short. This is okay. Keep it short and know where to break it up, please, because very long paragraphs is very bad. Based on this, now I will check placement of the keywords. Is the primary keyword appearing as per my instructions? Now you see, because I've broken it down, it should have been here. It's not here. You will have to fix that. It should have been in the first paragraph. I can't see ERP system used in any subheading, nowhere. Then the other thing is it's 820 words. So if I say a 5% keyword density, excluding this, that means it's appearing 4 times. I won't count it as 5, I would count it as 4, because I'm not counting this here at the top. Now if I say 4 out of this, that is 0.5%. That means you can still use it at least 2 or 3 times in the content somewhere, and make sure it appears in the last 100 words at least, and the conclusion and in the introduction is very important, and at least one subheading is very important. Apart from these placements, you should use it a total of 7 times to 8 times. It's necessary for SEO. Okay, and I will also check if you have used the other keywords here. This is okay. This has been used 7 times. 7 minus 1, that is 6 times. Okay, this is 10 times. I will have to check if it is sounding too repetitive, or because 11 is still a bit high for a secondary keyword. I didn't want to use it as a primary, that's why I told you to use it 2 to 3 times only. And then glue on ERP is only, okay, this is the wrong spelling. It's supposed to be glue on ERP. So this is 11 times. Well, okay, it's still under the tolerable range, because the keyword density has to be between 1 to 2%.